in a really long time. Actually, I'm using one of my old phones. This phone is actually pretty good. It has a pretty good camera. It's a OnePlus 6T, but hmm, I'm not sure exactly why. It says orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. Why? 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 I don't understand why it's saying to rotate the device. It's supposed to be on horizontal. Horizontal. Let me check it. I might have to start over again. I don't know why it's been having such a hard time giving me exactly what I want. Tried to start this live stream 4 times, and every time it failed, and I had to start all over again, put all of my information in again, and start over again from scratch. Let me at least try to turn it around here. There we go. Not necessarily a beautiful shot, but let me see if I can actually view my live stream on my other phone. Let's see. Yeah, it says I'm live right now. Yeah, it says I'm live right now. Right now it's saying the orientation is locked. Please rotate the device back. But it looks to me like the orientation is correct. I'm gonna take another look at it on my phone here and see if it's right. Yeah. It appears to be correct. Yeah, it's right. It's working. Okay, it's fine the way it is. Okay, so I'm getting an error message on my screen that says orientation is locked. Please rotate the device back. It actually wants me to do this, to turn it on to the portrait mode. But it's actually correct right now, the way it is, in horizontal mode. So the error on the screen is incorrect. I realize that most of you are probably asleep right now because a lot of you are abroad, out in the western hemisphere somewheres, and that's fine. I don't mind that at all. But I can't alter my cleaning and working schedule here in the house just because I'm trying to get more views. You guys can always check it out later if you want. I'm going to show you around briefly so you can see what's going on. This is probably a look that you don't get very often on my channel, especially recently. I haven't made hardly any videos in such a long time. I've only made a few, but I've got so many other things going on. You know, making videos for my channel hasn't been priority. My health is priority, and then some other things. But anyway, one of the things I have been doing, you'll notice my Astros shirts, my Houston Astros baseball shirts right there. Almost every morning right now, I put on the headset, put on my Astros hat, my Astros shirt, and I do play-by-play on the baseball game in the U.S. Those are usually early in the morning for me, anywhere from 2 or 3 in the morning all the way up until 11 in the morning. But most of the games start between 9 and 10, or 8 and 10. So usually it's not too bad. But right now, you can see I've got the coffee sitting there. I drink a ton of coffee. I've got my Kirkland coffee right there. But anyway, this is the room that I stay in. Actually, I think I can turn my... Let me turn this off for now. There's no reason for me to leave my laptop running. Where's the remote? Right next to my coffee cup. Turn the TV off. Okay. There's the Ngawa back there in the backyard. But basically, this room right here has been kind of a bedroom. It's a little cluttered, but the thing is that some of the stuff I put in here, I want to protect it. This room is the only one in the house that's been completely sealed. You know, I put Fusuma doors all the way around it, as you can see. And I've got a screen up there. I actually have this projector that I put on the screen. I don't use it for watching movies right now. I use it for my YouTube channel. So when I'm sitting here, I have a background that shines on the wall there. So it's just for that. But my main bed is right here. I made the frame for this bed. And right now it only has one of these like 4-inch cushions on it. It's like an egg crate cushion. Nothing very thick. Just kind of a medium firmness. Over here, I have an older bed that I used a long time ago, a foam mattress. But here's the thing. This is beside the point. I'm just saying that this. Just want to say that this floor in here. I shouldn't be wearing shoes in here. Normally, I take my shoes off. But anyway, I've got so much to do. I've got to take everything out of this room. And the reason is because I've got to get to the floorboards, take up the floorboards so that I can get to the foundation underneath and do some repair work. So that's why everything has to come out of this room. So this is one room that everything has to come out of. And there are 3 rooms where I have to pull up the floor. This is the Genkan. This area of the Genkan over here for a while acted as my kitchen. And of course there's the back door. There are 3 sliding doors there. A long time ago, whenever my previous viewers came out, he helped me set this up. We had the mini fridge over here, the chest of drawers that was next to it, and a cooking station and lots of seasoning and foods and stuff down there. But it's convenient because you can stand down here. As you can see, it goes down, right? It goes down to the floor. So you can stand down here, and then you can use the cooktop and everything up here. So it acts like kind of a counter. And that's nice, but the problem is this area is not sealed at all. It's very open to bugs. You know, the Ingawa is open over here. There are cracks, all sorts of cracks in the glass, the sliding doors. Even if you close these doors, there are still gaps and cracks all over the place. And you know, every time you come back in here, even if you clean everything, the next morning you come in here, you're going to find a lot of dead mosquitoes and little bugs and stuff. So it's an absolutely terrible place to be preparing and cooking food. So I did start preparing and cooking food up here, but it has gotten much junkier in here recently because I'm moving things around. When I came back to my house from Onomichi, for those of you who know me, you'll know that I went to Onomichi City, or Onomichi Town, whatever you want to call it. It is a city, just a small city. But I went there for about a year to study Japanese, and when I came back, this fridge, it was basically destroyed by the weather. I cleaned it up really good, but I guess the winter just really hurt it. The freezer still works really nice, but up here, it just stays slightly above room temperature, so this was no good. Check this out, though. I got a full-size fridge. Used, these normally sell for at least 50,000 yen. I was able to get it for 2,000. All I had to do was go pick it up. And you might be wondering why 2,000. That's because even from here you can't see it, but there are a few little dents in the door right here. And this is kind of typical of used things in Japan. If you buy something used and it's scratched or has dents in it, but otherwise it works perfectly fine, you can get a really, really good deal on it because, you know, most Japanese, if they're going to get something used, they at least need it to look new, you know. However, even though this one looks mostly new, it's got that dent. It's got these few dents in the door. You can't even see it from here. But anyway, this thing works amazingly well. Plus, it has the eco system. So anyway, what I'm doing is that room in there plus this room in here, the floor has to come out. And I'm going to move everything in there. Well, not everything, but I'm going to move all of my bedroom stuff in there because that's the room I'm going to stay in. We'll go in there in just a second. But first I wanted to show you again my bed and a few other things, my computer, etc. Those things are going to have to go in this room, and this is where the irori is, the fire pit. If you don't know what an irori is, it's a Japanese fire pit. It's in that room. It's going to become my bedroom. But this floor has to come up because I have to repair the foundation there. And here in the Genkan, this floor also has to come up for the same reasons. And the floor right through there is the bathroom and storage area. This is the Genkan room, and you can see that I've been coming along. If you've seen, that's that's the workshop and storage area. It used to be the kitchen, but I completely gutted it out. That's a future project. That's a problem for future Brandon. But anyway, this is the front of the house. There's a little bay window up there. All of those boxes up there are basically dishes. The floor in here is really, really good. Right in this area over here is the Irori. It's covered up right now by stuff. But my plan is to make this my main bedroom because the floor and the supports are in such great condition. There are a couple of places where I need to add some support, but it's not a big deal. It will be very easy to fix. Now the other middle room in the front of the house, right up here, you'll notice that this still has the old tatami in it. As you can see here, the Irori room, I got it all the way down to the bare wood. I already took this old tatami out and burned it. I actually swept this all up and mopped it. This accidentally got spilled. I didn't even know it was there. Whenever Jake was here, he was putting these all over the house with some little incense sticks, and sometimes I accidentally bump them and knock them over because I don't know they're there, but I got to clean that up. This middle room, however, in the front of the house has not been completely cleaned out. A lot of it has already been taken out, but like these old cabinets here mostly have been cleaned out. This one was full of futons. They're all gone. There are some clothes and futons left in here and some clothes left in here. The top of that one is mostly cleaned out. You can see that there's still some, stuff on top. The kind of things that you find lying around in here are interesting sometimes, there's an old picture of the soldier right there. This picture originally had like a kind of a necklace. I still have it somewhere. I put it in a box, but it had like a pearl necklace wrapped around it, but they weren't real pearls, but obviously it had something to do with the picture. But when you're going through these houses and you're just finding stuff like this all the time, it's difficult to know what to keep for decoration, what is valuable, what to burn, what to throw away, what to sell. It's difficult because there's so many memories here. And even though they're not my memories, I can still feel it. It's very strong. Oh, there goes my neighbor driving by with somebody. But anyway, this is another one of those rooms. Let's go up here and I'll show you. This is the front part of the Engawa. The Engawa goes all the way around. Goes all the way down to the end of the house, all the way around, and all the way across the back. So the front side, the right side, and the back side, the Engawa goes all the way around. So you can literally walk all the way around the house without ever going inside any of the rooms. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, right out here, you can't see it from here, but right underneath where we're standing, that's where there's a big eroded place under the ground, and it looks like a tunnel going out this way, like going across the road there. And so, because of that, the floor has to come up in this room. This is the main room. This room and the room behind it, which is my bedroom right now, these two rooms are the ones that really have to come up. And the reason is because if I don't get these floors up, it's very much impossible to do any kind of repair work. So step one, like I said, if you look at the video title, step one is to do rearranging, moving things out of these rooms. Some things are to be thrown away, some things can be burned, some things can be recycled, put in the recycle bin, and some things reused or just shuffled into another room. But that's what I'm doing right now. And after this room is cleaned out and the other room is cleaned out and the Genkan is cleaned out, then all of the floorboards in those rooms come up. And then once the floorboards are up, I can start checking and testing the ground, and all of the soft areas and the eroded areas, they can be tamped down and packed in really nicely. And then after that, I can start putting in jagged pieces of concrete and broken tile pieces, and a lot of these hard pieces that won't break down, and they can kind of interlock together and create a solid base. And I'll build that up, and I'll fill in the cracks with gravel and other jagged pieces. And once the holes are filled all the way up basically to ground level and they're all packed in nice and tightly, I can begin to add some support and try to not only stop any further damage, any further sinking of the supports, but also at the same time get some of these pieces of the house back up into position. The good news is, number one, it's not too far out of position right now. The house isn't twisting much. And I was wondering why it's not worse than it is. And I realized a few things. Now, first of all, come down here and take a look. There has been some retrofitting done for earthquake resistance and stability. So you see, like, this is one example right here in the Ngawa. This post right here, this is a pretty big brace. If I reach up here, you can see the size of it. If I put my hand on it, size is pretty big, and there's a big bolt through it. Obviously, this is not original because this house is Edo period, and you can see this is original. This is not, and it goes up into the top of the house somewhere. Some of these have been added as a way to help stabilize the house and make it strong. And so there is some stabilization that has been done over the years to help the house out. That's good. There's actually a third thing that I can mention before I get to the second thing that I was going to say, but this is actually kind of connected to the other thing I was going to say. You notice in some of these parts of the house, we have these big beams like this that are almost natural tree logs. And this one goes through the middle right here between the Ngawa and the Irori room, and it's above this big beam right here. This is actually a lot bigger than it looks on the video, I think. If you look at my hand, look how much bigger that is than my hand. And then there's this other big post up here that goes all the way across. That's not for looks. And another thing that you guys might not realize, I don't know if any of you have ever noticed this about my house, but there's something special about my Kominka that most Kominka do not have. You can see it from the Ngawa. I'll show you. Actually, yeah, you can see it from here. And this is it. Take a look at this. See this tree? All the way down. All the way down to the corner. And then all the way down to the other corner. And then all the way down to the other corner. This house was framed with trees. And that's not common. If you go look at other Ngawas, you can Google this online. If you try to look at old Kominka and the Ngawa, what you're going to see is up here, these beams up here are going to be posts that look more like this, okay? See this post here? This is a good post, but you can see, I can get my hand around that. This is just a standard post, okay? Maybe a 4x4 post, I guess you could say. And what you'll see in most Kominka is something that looks more like this, that runs all down the side of the house and the front of the house from the corner all the way across like that. But not my house. My house is made with tree logs. And each of these tree logs is at least, in the front and the back, they're at least 17 meters long. I don't know how the world they got them up there, but it's absolutely an amazing design. And from what I've researched, typically they only do this for a couple of reasons. Number one is if the building is like a temple, you'll see this often in temple design. They want to put the temple up in a way that makes it very strong and very sacred. And so they will use trees in the construction, complete trees. And they will cut them locally from the property with minimal processing, just like this. But the other reason, which is related to the first reason, is longevity. This type of design with the trees like this in the frame. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Why not? Let's walk down here and take a look. You can see all the way down the corner. This one is at the front of the house, as you can see. Now this post here seems to be a little bigger. This is a corner post. Yeah, this is a corner post, and it's maybe 5 inches thick, square. This corner post is pretty big. But this is the front corner of the house, and right here the two trees come together. The one in the front is over 17 meters long, and this one here goes all the way to the back. And then there's another one that's massive. It's even bigger than the one in the front. If we go down here, take a look at how big this one is. This one is even bigger. This is on the back of the house. Massive. And they join right here. Once again, it goes all the way down to the other end of the house, more than 17 meters. It's pretty amazing. So, and then you've got this wall right here on this end, which is, it has decorative purpose. If you look on the inside, this is where the Butsudan is. It has the decorative purpose. Typically, this is where they hang some wall art and put some precious decoration. I can't remember the name of this. It fails me. Sumimasen. I apologize. But I just wanted to show you that because I got the screen open today so the air can blow through. The reason I showed you that is because I wanted to show you that this is the reason why the house has managed to stay up much better than most. Even though it has some foundation stuff that's very serious and needs to be taken care of ASAP, because of stuff like this, the house is still standing. If this had standard posts up here, I think the house would be gone already. Let's see here. I think we had a comment. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a comment. It says, cool. It looks like outside gallery. Works like an insulation area for internal rooms. Yeah, this outside gallery, what you're calling it, this is an Ingawa. You could also call it a porch. It's basically like a porch that goes all the way around. But here's the thing. What you might not realize is that these sliding doors that are out here right now, if you notice, they're glass sliding doors, and there are pockets right here. Now I've got it open right now, but you see there's like a box right on the side. And the way this was designed was, during the summertime, if you want to open up all of these, you could slide all of those this way, and you can slide all of those this way and put them all inside this box, and then this would be completely open right here. So right now we'd be standing on a porch. And it's the same in the back. There's another box down there. Right now I have a door closing this off. But right on the other side of this Fusuma sliding door, there's another box. So all of these doors can slide down and go inside the box. And this will be all open. And it's the same in the front. And of course, there are sliding, you can see the rails right here, here and here. And so here's the porch, the Ingawa, right? And then the Fusuma doors, like these, would go here, and you would close those. So when this house was original, I guess you could say the Edo period samurai style, then these doors didn't exist. These glass doors, these are not original. These were added way later. So these are not originally part of the house. This up here is not part of the house originally. Neither is this. It's all added much, much later. So originally, all of this was open. And so if you wanted to, you could just walk up and get up onto the porch and then walk around to whatever bedroom. You just take your shoes off to go onto the tatami. So this is truly an Edo period style traditional house, you know. Let me check my battery right quick. This is an older phone. I want to make sure it's at 43%. No big deal. I'll plug it in to charge in just a little bit. But anyway, this design right now, the way it is not original. Originally, none of this was here. Just the posts. The posts were here, but not these glass doors. You can see that these glass doors, these are not from 200 years ago. These are. This is not. This is like 1970s crap, is what that is. But anyway, this is original, but that is not. And you can also see, you see the nails? You see the nails they put up here? They put these little nails in just to keep the glass from falling out, because they slid the glass up into a slot, and then they set it on top of this wood and then put in nails just to keep it from falling out. That's how they put it in. Yeah, it's definitely not Edo period design. Anything that they would have put in this house back then originally, they would not have used any nails. The original build of this house is all about interlocking pieces. It has nothing to do with nails. And so everywhere you see like these nails, and these big nails like this, even these were put in a long time ago, but we're talking decades, not centuries. I hate these nails so much. Usually when they put them in really deep, like this one here, not very deep, it was barely put in there. But sometimes these nails are like twice as long as this, and I call them God nails because it's almost impossible to pull them out. Your only option really is to just bend them back and forth for like 5 minutes and get them to break. Yeah, there's a spider there. Oh, he looks fried. Maybe he's gone. I couldn't walk through here when I first bought the house. It was completely full of junk, but I've cleaned it out so I can walk all the way through. I mean, I know that the house always looks junky, but considering how everything here was completely full of stuff when I first moved in, I mean, this room right here, look at it. It might look junky to you if you haven't seen it the way it looked originally, but right now, look at it. It only has a few pieces of furniture, one plastic bin of old towels, and some shoji doors. The tatami is gone. It's down to the bare floor. This room literally used to be completely packed full of boxes and stuff. I've already cleaned all that out. I can't imagine having to do that now. But most of the work in this room has already been done as far as cleaning is concerned. Even the Butsudan room in there is mostly cleaned out. Right now, it is the middle room. Like I said, the middle rooms, rather. This room, the room behind it, which is my current bedroom, and the Genkan over there, that have to be completely cleaned out. Once those are cleaned out, then I can pull up the floorboards and fix the foundation. Very, very important to get that done. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm about to get to it now. I plan to do a couple of things. Plug in this. This is an old speaker, by the way. Very old speaker. It almost looks like a PA speaker, but at one time it was a really, really nice home center speaker. You can see all of the shoji that I had to basically tear apart to get out. They were stuck. I couldn't get them out. The one particular part, a post had moved so much that I couldn't get them out. They had to be broken, unfortunately, but it happens. Anyway, I'm going to get my tripod to put the camera on, and then I'm going to get to do some cleaning. If I take a break later on, I will holler back at you guys. Feel free to leave messages or whatever. I've got a lot to do here. It's my only open door. That's the way I look at it. Is, you know, some people are confused as to why I would even bother being here, or why I'd bother trying to fix the place, or just one of many questions that people don't understand. But I was talking to a friend of mine about this. He came by the other day with his mom, and one of the things that I told him was that I'm willing to go wherever my path leads me. And this is where the path is taking me for now. If another door opens and it becomes clear to me that I'm supposed to go a different direction, then I'll go that direction. No other door or path or direction has become evident to me. Actually, quite the opposite. Many possibilities have kind of just shut down for me. Friends have left. A couple of my close friends have walked away from me. And I wouldn't say I wanted more out of our relationship. I just wanted what I needed out of the relationship, and they weren't willing to do that. So they walked away. And that's disappointing. But no judgment. Everybody can do what they want to do. Live the life that you were meant to live. Choose the state that you want to live in. You know what I'm saying? Some people choose a state of existence that is emotionally driven. It's not beneficial, but there's no reason to judge that. I have no interest in living like that. I think I put the camera over here because there is an electric outlet up there, and I need to plug this in so I can charge the phone. I'm actually going to have to take the case off. I think this phone will get too hot. It's already a little warm, but I think it'll get too hot. Did I clean the lens off? Kind of an afterthought there, right? I apologize for the technical delay here. Just got to set my camera up. Trying to find an acceptable spot for it. Maybe right here is good. Should be charging now. Double check it. That's strange. Is this electrical outlet not working? Or is it working? Should be working. Just to be sure, I got an idea. I know what I'll do. I'll go get something and plug it in just to check the outlet. I think that's the best thing I can do. Hang on a second. And let's see. Maybe right there. Let's see. Will it stay right there? Looks like it will. Okay. I'm going to go and grab something quick. This is my Super Famicom. Just going to use it to make sure that this power outlet works. And that's in the way. You got to unplug it. Let's see. Plug that in. Yeah, that's working. Okay, so it does work over here. I'm going to use a different plug though. I've got a 1 plus power adapter. See if that works. Should be charging. Okay, good enough. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let this stay live for a while. As I clean, feel free to drop comments, and of course, if you feel so inclined, feel free to support the channel. I did see that I got another comment or two in the live chat. I'll check that out right quick. Let's see here. What's that box with a cord or something that looks like a? Looks like a. Let me take the look more like it looks like a laptop. Oh, right over here. That's a floor scale. Right over there. That's a floor scale. So the square part, you put it on the floor, and you take like a box or whatever, and you set it on that box, and it has a cord attached to it with a digital readout, and so you can see the weight of the box. Like if you're shipping stuff, right? You know how if you try to step on a scale and hold the box and look at the weight, it's too difficult, right? So that's what that's for. You can put the digital readout over to the side. So when you put a box on it, you can see what the weight is. That's what that is. If that's what you're talking about. I think that's what you're talking about. But I'm going to go ahead and start doing some cleaning. Whew, man. my other charger. Tea kettle. See, these are kitchen items, but they're not going to be needed for a while. So I think I can store them in that room down there on the end. That's my thinking. Personal items, my personal stuff. What is this? Oh, that's my latte machine. More kitchen stuff, but this one, I'm not sure when I'm going to use it again. It's okay, but I can't really use it until I get a kitchen area set up for myself. So it's kind of like difficult to know exactly where to put it. This has some food items actually. Some oatmeal. Okay. I think these can go in here. I don't know if I've told any of you this before, but one of the things that I found a lot of in this house, whenever I started cleaning it out, especially in that room in there, is hentai style manga and magazines. And in that storage room in there, I found like 3 big boxes full. So overall, I found like 4 or 5 big boxes full of that. It's not a joke. As Joe Biden would say, not a joke. Okay, these, they can here. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to put, one of the things that I do plan to do is knock out these boards right here and create kind of a doorway to go to the bathroom. And so what I'm going to do is any of the items that I'm going to take in there, I'm going to put in this corner. So when I knock these boards out in a little bit, I can just walk in here and grab them and then take them in there without having to go through here back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I can just go right here. It's much easier and shorter. Because some of these things, like this right here, this is also a mixture of kitchen and some bathroom things. Ooh, this box is coming apart too. So put that there. Trash. gonna go in there. My magic bullet. Smoothie maker. This box is actually almost empty. Could probably put some different stuff in there. This is another projector screen, much bigger screen. Some electronics. My old laptop in here. My really nice long HDMI cable. My laptop power cable. I basically need to wipe this. This laptop I only bought for like 70 bucks. I got it for 10,000 yen several years ago. The main reason I got it is because it had a Windows Office on it. But what I need to do with it is wipe it or take the hard drive out of it and just scrap the rest of it. That's probably the best thing to do. It doesn't have any type of video card in it. It doesn't even have an internet card. I have to use a wireless Wi-Fi. That's how old it is. Let's see here. I think I can fold this up a little neater. If you're wondering why I have two projector screens, this one was given to me by a German friend whenever he moved. But it's bigger than the one that I have, so I thought, yeah, maybe I can use it. Extra box. I think I can put these smaller things in here, but electronics? I don't know. Electronics that need to be thrown away. My trail camera, I need to put some new batteries in here and hook this back up outside. I want to take a look and see what animals are coming around my backyard. I just put the electronics in here for now. Keyboards aren't going to fit, but it's no big deal. These are kind of junk anyway. Put those over there. They're going to be trash. It's okay. I can put my knickknacks in here also. I just realized that I can't pull out and use any of this stuff right now after I get everything cleaned out. And once I get this room sealed, I've got to insulate the floor, seal it around, bug proof it, right? Get the carpet in here. Then I can start putting my furniture in here and maybe put a few decorations, my computer desk and all of that kind of stuff. Then I can think about what other stuff to put in here. But right now, I just need to kind of get everything put away. Whenever you buy an old house like this in Japan, a lot of times people leave many things behind. And it can be both rewarding and challenging to go through everything. Alright, empty. There was one YouTuber that told me a long time ago, he said, just don't bother going through everything, just burn everything and throw everything away. He literally just said everything should be empty. You should literally just clear everything out, throw everything away, burn everything. There's nothing of value here. That's what he says. But ironically, when I watched some of his videos, I saw that he had basically, on his property, he had several buildings and rooms in his house. He had basically cleaned out one main room and shoved everything into the other rooms. And so whenever he shoots his YouTube videos, he never shows you any other rooms in the house. As you can see, I'm very honest and open. He also hides behind the camera. He doesn't show himself on camera. So he doesn't give you a clear idea of what his real life is like in that environment. He's presenting a way of his life that he wants you to believe. And he doesn't really show himself on camera, and he's always talking authoritatively like he knows everything about Japan, and stating his opinions as if they're facts. And all I can say is, this is my experience, this is my life, this is what it is, and I won't be ridiculed for that. There's no reason for me to get ridiculed by people like that. But it's just not nice. For those of you who don't live in Japan, and you're thinking about spending some time here, I mean, it's one thing to come here as a tourist, but if you're thinking about coming to live here, and you're even thinking about buying a place, then yeah, it's a big deal. It's a lot to think about, a lot to consider, and you definitely should take it seriously. But if it's really something that you desire to do and want to do, then don't let anybody tell you that you can't do that or that you have to do it a certain way. I saw a couple of videos today and I was very disappointed because I stopped following that guy a couple of years ago, but for some reason his channel popped up again in my live feed or in my recommendations, and I thought, why is that popping up in my recommendations? I thought that channel was basically blocked on my channel. But I saw the topic and I took a look at it and I was very disappointed because not only has he not changed, but his audience has grown and he's doubled down on presenting himself as an expert. And that's really sad because when you're just saying that, and I'm not joking by the way, he literally says that no other YouTubers are saying this, it's just me. He says that. Do you think that's true? Do you really think that he has an opinion that's so exact and precise and original that nobody else is saying it? That's impossible. And he could be wrong. So number one, there are definitely other people saying some of the things that he says. And number two, he's not right about everything. He could be wrong. That's enough of that rant. Let's see. It's so difficult. It's so difficult when every room has stuff, but 3 rooms can't have stuff, right? 3 rooms must be empty in order for me to do the floor repairs. Goodness gracious me. And this is what you'll see me doing a lot of. If you're here with me, you'll see me doing a lot of thinking. What can I put where? And how much? Because I don't have a lot of room. And some of these spaces are not as protected as others. You basically have 3 levels of protection here. You have a space that is very clean and very protected, safe and secure. And then you have areas that are so-so. You know, like this room here. Right now, it's quite open, but it's been cleaned out. The old tatami's gone, you know, and all of that. And most of the things in here are clean items. You know, they're not just a bunch of dusty, old, dirty things. But then you have the other rooms And I'm not talking about the rooms that haven't been cleaned yet. I'm not talking about those. That would be like the fourth type of room. But the other type of room is like the one on the end there. It's mostly empty, and it has some space, but it's very exposed. And if you want to put things in there that are sensitive or easy to get destroyed, then it's not a good option. If you put pots and pans in there, it's okay. But I'm not going to put my anime figures in there. I'm not going to put any paperwork or documents in there or electronics and things like that. So I have to think about what can go where. It's challenging, guys. Pretty challenging. This is for wrapping. All right, there's my electric brush. Electric hair trimmer. And there's my other one that I use to trim my beard whenever it grows out, but I didn't know where it was. Apparently, I stored it in my foot bath bin. Well, at least now I know where it's at. But this is bathroom stuff, so it goes right there in the corner. That's easy. Easy. Alright, something like this is a little different because this is an old light fixture. It's old, and it's like a traditional design, but it's an old plastic light fixture. Here's the electric part. This part connects and then hangs down, and then this part goes over it, so like that. I took it down because I put up a new light in this room, a newfangled modern light that's much brighter instead of this old fluorescent. Evelyn, I don't know if you're watching, but if you still need one of these, you know, this one I think works. I'm going to put it right over here. This is a box of my coffee cup lids. My coffee cups are in there, so I can put that there for now. More electronics. Good. Some of my video and movie making equipment. My LED lights. This is my portable mini disc player. Pretty cool. Okay, yeah. These are some of my old electronics. My DSLR. This is a cheap gimbal that I got online. Doesn't work very well. Battery bank. Very old phone. So some of these are like vintage items that I kept. SD card bag. Another mini disc player. Some of these I found in the house. This is an action camera that sucks. I bought a cheap one a while back on Amazon, but it was garbage. USB cables. Speaker extensions. Rechargeable battery. Another USB-C cable. There's a charging cable. I need that. That is for, I believe that is for same plug size as my keyboard light. Okay. These are all electronics, cables and such. Some of these I'm going to need, but not until later. But where to put them? I don't necessarily think that I can put them in there. The mic can go up there, but I don't feel like climbing down there right now, so put it right there on the side. This is my laser level. It actually needs to be plugged in and charged. Whew, okay, I'll figure it out later. Let's put it there for now. Scissors. I'm gonna put these right there. This is bathroom and health stuff. Put that right there. Okay. Bunch of old mail. Oh, that's cute. Bunch of letters that my students gave me when I left the school. They're in here, in this box. Cute. These are wow, these are all movie posters. When I first came to Japan, and when I was working as a teacher, I went to a lot of movies, and they give me a lot of posters, so I've got a collection of mini posters here for every movie that I went to see. I don't get to see movies nearly as much as I used to. Not in the cinema. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Demon Slayer, a set of 4 Demon Slayer razors. I got these at Costco. I planned on selling them online. Limited edition 4-pack. Pretty cool. If you're interested, let me know. I still have them. Brand new, unopened. When I was trying to buy and sell anime stuff with a friend of mine, it just didn't work out. This is one of the Hatsune Mikus that I bought, but the box got kind of damaged, but the Hatsune Miku is still good. I guess I should just take her out and put her on display. But once again, not until the room is cleaned out and everything is done. Seems like there's way too much to do. Yeah, this is all personal stuff. Wow, I haven't gone through this stuff. That's insane. This is a portable battery that's broken. I haven't been through these boxes since I lived in my apartment in Hiroshima City. Santa Claus hat, yep. My Lamborghini is in here. Lots of stuff. Yeah, this box is kind of broken down. I think I need to shift that stuff into here. This is trash. I can't do anything with that. Old, very old Japanese style umbrella. These can be tossed, I think. Also trash. This Santa hat is just too old to be trashed. Oh, that's cute. Got a little Starbucks stuff in there that I forgot about. A holiday cup. Cup noodle humidifier. Another scale. Oh yeah, my gifts when I went to visit Lamborghini. They gave me some things. Corona shopping bag. Trash, trash, trash. Origami paper. Trash, trash, trash. Trash, trash. Trash. Baby powder. What's baby powder doing here? Pencil sharpener. Could use that. And wood. That can go right over there. Alright. Trash box. Nothing like a good old trash box. Oh man. I keep forgetting not to bend over like that for too long. Whew. Trash box. Trash box. Get that trash box. Alright. Anything else for the trash box? Well, these are good. Good bags. Those can go in there. Man, the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, Sailor Moon. You know when you go to the movie cinema here in Japan? Whew. Let me rest for a second. Ugh. When you go to the movie cinema here in Japan, they have these mini posters that you can get. Sometimes they're very hard to get. As soon as they come out, people are there and they're taking them, collecting them, and keeping them. This one is Dungeons and Dragons, the Sailor Moon Cosmos movie. This one's actually a fold out. It opens. It's like a booklet. Guardians of the Galaxy. And these are all the Japanese versions, of course. This one here, I can't remember what it is. Little Ido Ze. I don't have my glasses on. It's written very stylistically. Ido. I don't know what that second word is. It's a little strange. Late something. Yahari Suste. Sare. Too difficult to read without glasses. I never saw that one. It's just an advertisement that looked cool, like a horror movie. City Hunter anime. Conan, Detective Conan newspaper brochure. Crayon Shin-chan. Mario Brothers movie. This one is a big one. Has several pages. And it's like a poster fold out. This looked kind of cool. I never saw it. But I wanted to get the handout, so I got it. Puss in Boots. I actually missed this movie. I was going to go see it and I had to cancel it, and I wasn't able to go back and watch it, so I never actually got to see it. Oh, apparently I got... Is this the same one? I got another Detective Conan. Surely, why would I get the same one twice? Surely it's a different one. Why would I do that? It's the same one. That's strange. Maybe I thought that I didn't get it. Oh well. I got a bunch of these and a bunch of movie posters. But where am I supposed to put them though? I don't really have anywhere to put them. Okay, let's keep going. Check my live stream to see if it's still working all right. Oh, it seems to be working all right. I don't know if you're still around, but as far as the scale is concerned, I bought that because, like I said, I was trying to help myself out with this anime figure business. For those of you who don't know, a couple of years ago, I tried to buy a bunch of anime figures and ship them to the U.S. to a friend of mine. Excuse me. Excuse me. But he was supposed to take those and sell them, but it wasn't working out. So I wound up having several boxes of anime figures, which I think I've gotten basically all of them out of this room. I put them in another room. I boxed them up, wrapped them up nicely, and covered them in plastic so they're safe and sound in the other room. But it didn't work out, so now I have several hundred anime figures in that other room, and I was using that scale to weigh them. It did not come with the house. I bought that. It's not that expensive, though. I think I can put these in here along with these. I can decide what I want to do with them later. I don't have to throw them away right now. I can make a decision on that later. Like I said, main thing right now is get this room cleaned out as quickly as possible. That's what I need to do. Don't have to worry too much. Don't have to think too much. Where's this going to go? Where's that going to go? I can do that later, right? My pencils, they don't fit in the box. But do I need them right now? Not really. I might need that marker though. More bathroom stuff. Hey, I found my compression socks. That's great. Okay, that's good. Good. I found a few things that I really need. So I'll take these things out. This box can go in here. These can go there. Anything else that's light that I can put in here? This is my kitchen clock. Of course, right now all I have is a workshop, not really a kitchen. Is there another nail that I can hang this on? The nail up there is too big. I'll put it there for now. Oh, this is electronic. This is one of my... Why is it so wrapped up? It's one of my light cords for my video lights. Really looking forward to the day when I have my live stream set up. Like I told you guys earlier, I do live stream baseball almost every day. So one of my goals is to have a permanent setup ready to go every day. So all I really have to do is fire up the computer and sit down, turn on my lights, I'm ready to go. Let me just put this, where's my electronics box? Is that it right there? I think it's this one, right? Yes, it is. It needs to be in this box. No reason to keep it separate if I can put it in there now. There we go. Alright. What's in this box? Anime figures? No, it's not. Okay, blanket, lamp, documents. Ah, my gifts. Got some gifts in here for a few people. Okay, this needs to go in the other room, so I'm going to put it also right over here so I can get to it. This stuff was on sale a couple of months ago, so I bought a ton of it. It's like four big containers. It's for killing bugs. It's a powder, and you just sprinkle it all the way around the house. I can put it in the Ingawa too and go around, and maybe even in the Genkan, and it will kill insects and it keeps them away. If they walk through the powder, it gets on their legs, it will kill them. It's good stuff, really good stuff. Whenever I pull up these floorboards to do the foundation repair, I can also put this under the house in different places, and it will really help to deter and keep the bug problem at bay. You know what I'm saying? But this doesn't need to go in here. This is something that goes out in the Doma, in the storage room. This pillow this pillow actually came from Onomichi. I've got 2 full boxes of these pillows. I've got about 10 or 12 of these. These are really big. These are called zabuton. If you don't know what a zabuton is, you can probably look at it and tell what it is. It's one of the floor pillows, right? You put it on the floor and you can sit on it. I have about a dozen of these. They're really nice. Actually, I might put this one on my bed because I can use it. But it's kind of silly because I'll have to move it again when I move my bed. But I don't think I'm going to be sleeping in here tonight, so might as well. Might as well put it in there for now. Oh, man. You know, for this junk in the front room, instead of taking it out and going through the front of the house, I'm thinking about just opening the front and putting it right there in the Ingawa, and then I could just walk it around to the back. Especially the stuff that's burnable. I have a burn pile in the back right corner of the house, and anything that I can burn, that I'm allowed to burn, I can just take it right around the corner and burn it out there. Could do that. Might just do that. Okay. I need to slowly start getting these things moved, but the workshop there is really full of stuff can put more stuff in here though. This box is not full. Do I have anything light that can go in there? I hate to box this because I'd like to use it. I'll put it with my kitchen stuff for now. Oh, these can go in there. Old photo albums. I wonder if these will fit. Got some light stands. Yeah, that's right. The light stands fit in this box just fine. More anime stuff in this box. But that's not figures, I think. No anime figures, just like folders and pictures and things like that. This is my wooden katana. It's fake. Just for props. It's just a prop. Just a prop. Couple of little things in here, a couple of little figures. Not too much anime stuff, just a few things. Yeah, this is a mixture of stuff whenever I left my apartment in Hiroshima City. Delicate black cloth, but don't need it. Trash. Some old Japanese wedding stuff. It's funny because they left a lot of this here, and in the house that I rented in Onomichi, same thing. I always find a lot of stored wedding stuff. People get all of this wedding stuff, then they store it, and then they just leave it behind. They don't ever do anything with it. They store it and that's it. Makes me wonder, why bother keeping it? Why not just throw it away? Why not just throw it away? Put it there for now. Oh yeah, this is a Hiroshima Carp baseball autograph. It's a kind of an old card. It's just a card that's been autographed by somebody on the Carp. I've been meaning to take a picture of it. I think I can look it up with ChatGPT. ChatGPT maybe can tell me whose signature this is. He can likely read it or search the internet and find who it belongs to, because I also found a baseball, a Hiroshima Carp baseball that's signed by a manager. The manager who signed it was the first manager to win the championship for the Hiroshima Carp. How about that? If this happens to be the same guy, maybe it goes with the baseball, and then I could frame this with the baseball and put them together. How cool would that be? So, found a lot of interesting things here. Man, that's heavy. What is that? What in the world is that? CDs. This is like a mail order set of compact discs. It's a complete set of classical music. How cool is that? So it's still in the box that it arrived in whenever it was shipped here. It looks like they never took them out and never used them. They might have, but it looks like they were never used. So I've got basically a brand new classical set of CDs. I would like to improve my compact disc collection. Once I get settled in, though, once I get settled down in Japan, in one location. Oh yeah, these are some unopened undergarments, undershirts, things that you would wear like under your kimono, completely unopened. Oh, cool, nice. One of those paper lanterns. Recently, they sold a lot of these lanterns because of the holiday, right? That's what's in that box. Completely open and unopened and unused. Maybe I can put that out on display one day. And I got found a few of these in the house. Of course, this house is a countryside house, and so the soil and the water in the soil and all of that kind of stuff is very important. These are like devices for checking the soil, like a hydrometer and all of that. These are different devices that do different things. I regularly find tools like this and devices like this in the house. And I feel like there's got to be a collector out there somewhere who's buying these things. So at some point maybe I can sell them. The empty suitcase. I'm actually glad to hear that. Because I can literally put my clothes in there and they're protected, safe, and clean, and I know exactly what's in there. It's clothes. So this needs to go in here. Right now in this room I have four suitcases. One is already full of clothes, but the other three are basically empty. So the good thing is that whenever I'm moving my stuff out of that room, I can go ahead and just start putting my clothes into these suitcases. I can focus on putting like any long sleeve shirts and winter clothes and stuff like that into one of them, because I'm not going to be using that for a while. And then one of the other suitcases I can put like my socks, my underwear, and my t-shirts, all of the things that I'm wearing that are simple. Shorts, the shorts that I sleep in, the shorts that I wear when I'm going around during the day or whatever. Compression socks, these types of things, small clothes. And then one of my other suitcases, I can put towels, right? Because I have several towels, and bed sheets. And then my, I think one of those suitcases I can also put together with those, like my blue jeans and my pants, because sometimes I'm doing some things like inside the house right now. I've got my compression socks and my shorts on. I don't need my pants, but when I cut grass, oh my gosh, you need not only blue jeans when you cut grass or work pants, but you also need something to protect your legs, because when you're trimming and cutting, the rocks are constantly hitting you. Actually, you need to wear some protection on your arms, and preferably around your neck and your face and your eyes. I've been hit and cut by pieces of glass and rocks and all sorts of things. Sometimes the rock will hit me so hard, I have to stop and just say ow. I mean, I had one hit my ear one time, and I just had to stop cutting and wait for the pain to go away. You get hit in the head, hit in the neck, hit in the face, hit in the ear, the legs, the arms. And no matter how many rocks and stones and pieces of concrete and pieces of glass I pick up. Every time I cut the grass, it's the same thing. I always get hit by lots and lots of stuff. More trash for the trash box. Thank you, trash box. Whoops, I missed. The wind blew that piece of trash out of the trash box. Too bad you're going back in. Now, this is really cool. For those of you who don't see this, this is a very old small case, and it's specifically made for a suit. There's a suit in here. I got a little dirty just now, but it has like a silk style tie with the tag still on it. Now, luckily, this is a white tie, very nice, and it's still unopened. It's in the plastic. So, got a couple of cool ties, a black and white tie in here. Cut some unopened black socks, black and white socks with the in the plastic. A lot of these are still in the plastic. Got a button up shirt, an undershirt looks like. Man, these buttons are heavy. I like the material. It's very thin. It's so tiny. Definitely not something that I can wear. But there's a suit in here. There's actually a suit in here. Still got the tags on it. Size is here. Size A3. I have no idea what size A3 is. Another thing I can look up online or ask the AI to find for me. I think I'll do that now because I haven't sat down to take a break and I'm starting to get worn out. What time is it right now? 6:12. I think what I'd like to do, because at excuse me, still got a little bit of a cough. At 8 o'clock, I am going to take a class online for about an hour and a half. But what I'd like to do is go down to the convenience store before then and use their toilet. But what I'd like to do is everything you see right here, like that, this, and this. I'd like to get all of this cleared out first and have this completely empty and then go down to the convenience store. And you guys can come with me, I think. I'll have to switch the Wi-Fi over so it's connected to my phone Wi-Fi, but it's no problem, I think. Let me take a look at this. Let's see what the ChatGPT says about these things that I just found. First thing is, let's take a look at the Hiroshima Carp autograph. This is a carp autograph plate I found. Who signed it? What does it say? This is called a shikishi, which is an autograph board that they use in Japan. Okay. Alright, now it says while the autograph itself is a little challenging, the number helps to determine who the player is. The number 3 is showing. Possible identity. One of the most iconic Hiroshima Carp players to wear number 3 is Takahiro Arai. It says he wore number 3 during his second stint with the Carp between 2015 and 2018. Later became the team manager. Well, this is impossible. I know this is impossible because this is much older. Well, here's the thing. If you look at the design on the carp logo, it's much, much older than that. This house was basically abandoned for more than 25 years, and so it couldn't have been from a player in the 2000s. It had to have been from sometime in the 1900s. I did find an autographed baseball that my Japanese friends were able to help me determine. It belonged to the manager of the Carp, who was the first manager to win the championship with the Carp. He was a player and became a manager after that. I don't know if this is his signature or not, but you could probably go back further to closer to that timeline because this particular shikishi, if that's what you called it, it is quite old. Let's see what it says. ChatGPT is pretty smart. Sometimes it doesn't know, it has to guess, but it does have the capability to look online. It says the logo on the autograph board is the Showa era mascot, commonly used from the 60s to the 80s. So we're realistically looking at a signature from the 1970s to early 90s or earlier. This old Carp mascot active between the 60s and the 80s. The first manager to win the championship was Takeshi Koba. Ah, he wore jersey number 3 during his playing days with the Carp. Led the Carp to their first Central League championship in 1975, the year I was born, actually. Became manager of the Carp from 1975 and stayed with them until 1985. Isn't that interesting? He became the manager of the Carp the year I was born, and they won their first championship that year. He's a legend in Carp history. He played for the Carp between 1968 and 1970 wearing number 3. Based on the era, the number, the location, and the most likely signer is Takeshi Koba. During or shortly after his playing or early managerial days, the stylized signature could very well be his, especially considering that they become a little more abstract or symbolic over time. Koba's known signatures also involve bold vertical strokes and compact lower sections similar to this. So it's similar, a little bit similar. Takeshi Koba, I wonder if we can look online. Takeshi Koba. Autograph. Whoops, I spelled it Tokeshi. It's Takeshi. Why did I spell that wrong? Okay, let me compare it. It's an interesting design though, because it's actually a piece of like cardboard with a piece of paper on top of it. The pictures I see of Koba is wearing number 72. And these signatures don't look like his. Okay, now I can do an image search on Google, I think. Maybe I'll have better luck. We'll see. Might just have better luck. I'd say a couple of similar ones, but nothing exact. Let's take a look at this one. Yep. Okay, I think I actually found it, guys. Kojiro Ikeya. Kojiro Ikeya. It's also 1975. Yeah, if you look at it, the signature is very similar. Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. I'm gonna save this. I wonder if I can just save the picture. I guess not. Gotta do a screenshot. If somebody's watching right now and they think this is boring, I'm sorry. Actually, I want to hurry because I need to get down to the convenience store and get back. Get this done, get down there, get back, and get ready for my class. There it is. No. Come on, move a little faster. Paste. Now it's comparing between this one and the other one. Yeah, it agrees this is probably Kojiro Ikeya. Yep, Hiroshima Carp pitcher wore jersey number 3, active in the 1970s, and most notably in 1975 when they won their first championship season. Famous for being a key player during the early success of the team, went on to become a pitching coach and manager. Okay, so it looks like I have the Takeshi Koba signed baseball and the autograph here, the Shikishi plate from Kojiro Ikea, a pitcher. Let's see. Takeshi Koba. He probably doesn't have any idea, but I'm going to ask that question anyway. Okay. It says that this right here probably worth anywhere from 5,000 to 15,000 Japanese yen, and my baseball could be worth anywhere from 10,000 to 30,000 yen. So that's pretty cool. Put them together would be nice. They're both from championship players and managers. They both went on to manage the Carp, so they were both players and managers. It's pretty neat. Now let's ask about the other thing. There's one other thing to ask about, and that is my suit. What size is this? What size is this in U.S. men's sizes? A3 is what it is. Size A3. Okay, these are for men between 5'3" and 5'5". Very short. Chest 34 inches. Waist 29 inches. Such a tiny man. Whoever this was for, he was like this tall. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Okay, well, it solves that mystery. That second one was much easier to figure out than the first one. But still pretty interesting. Technology is pretty interesting, right? Using it to figure out many things. Many, many things. I think this can go in the other room, though. It's not particularly... Oh. That was a little loose. Those things are not particularly important to keep in good condition, so put them in there. All right. This, however, is special. This needs to be kept safe. For now, I'm going to put it right up here with these other things. This doesn't have much in it. Mostly food items, kitchen items. Put that there. This can go right there. And close this now. Put any more in here, it'll get too heavy. More kind of bathroom stuff. Put that right over there. Bathroom scale. Computer. Electronics. Right there. Tools and such. Those are going to need to go in there. This is empty. So I can use it for stuff later. Trash box can stay in here for now, because I'll probably need it for some stuff up here. These two things are for killing bugs. Have you guys ever used these before? They are, you basically just open them and they burn dry. They get really hot and they send fumes into the room. But you put water in them and then you leave the house because they send like a smoke plume into the room and it kills all the bugs. It's very strong. And you're not supposed to be here whenever you set them off. So you can put these throughout your house and set them off very quickly. You open them up, you put some water in the cup, and then you drop it down in the middle of that water, and then you leave quickly. The whole house will fill up with these fumes, and it kills bugs dead. Deader than dead. And then you leave it for several hours, and then you can come back later on, and then throw away the container. But it tells you how big of a room it treats. So I'll put these with my tools. This is also a tool, but this right here, I believe this is my... Yeah, this right here is a a little pump that you use for reheating the water. This is oh, it's got some hardware in there. Oh, and an instruction manual. Okay, well this is trash. I can put that away. But I need to keep this. This has got some hardware. But this is a recirculation pump for like, you know, if you have a bathtub and the bathtub has 2 extra pipes, and essentially you want to use the water for soaking. I don't know if you knew this or not. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but it doesn't matter. Essentially, in the U.S., taking a hot bath is very different than taking a hot bath in Japan. Now, some people in the U.S., when they take a bath to relax, and maybe they'll put some salts in the bath or some herbs and things like that, and maybe some Epsom salt. That's kind of a healthy style bath, and that's okay. That's probably the closest to a Japanese style bath, because a Japanese style bath is not for washing yourself, because most people, when they take a bath in the U.S., they put soap in there, they clean themselves, they scrub themselves, or they use bubble bath or whatever. It is relaxing, but it's not for just soaking and health. It's for enjoyment and sometimes scrubbing and cleaning, right? But in Japan, they don't really use them for that. You're supposed to clean yourself first and wash up with a shower, or you sit down on a stool maybe and scrub yourself and wash yourself from head to toe with soap and rinse yourself off, and then you step into a bath of clear water and you just relax in the bath. So it's relaxing and it's good for your health. But the thing is, you're supposed to be clean when you get into the water. So instead of just emptying the water out and filling it up again the next time you want to take a bath, you just cover the bathtub. You have a bathtub cover. You cover it up and you keep the water. And then the next day or 2 days later, whenever you want to take another bath, you just reheat the water. And a little pump like this can help you do that. It recirculates the water and reheats it. So, pretty handy, right? If you can have a little heater, little water heater that's in your bathroom, and you connect it up to this recirculation pump, and then all you have to do is flick a switch, and all of the water in the bathtub, it starts recycling it. Not recycling it, but recirculating it through this local small hot water heater, and in a few minutes, all of the water is hot again. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, I got a really good deal on one of those a while back, but I've never been able to hook it up and use it. I don't have anything, well, I don't really have anything to hook it up to right now. Technically, I do have an old Japanese-style bathtub outside, but it is so tiny. It's pointless to try to hook that up to that, even though it does have the connections for it. Okay, I'm actually going to leave this right here because it serves as my remote control for my light, and I'm going to turn that off. Mission accomplished for today, as you can see. What is as the sun's starting to go down out there, starting to set. Well, the battery says 26%. It's destroying the battery faster than it can charge. See my Super Famicom? Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Alright, let's go to the convenience store, shall we? Maybe the phone will last long enough to do that. Whoops. I forgot this suitcase here. The wheels are broken. No big deal. Put my charger there. I'm going to go ahead and close this door. It's starting to be that time of day where the mosquitoes start to come out. So I got to really kind of close this off. Even though Right now, you can't see any bugs or mosquitoes at all. It's very nice, right? But there are some holes and some cracks in the walls and the windows around. So as it gets darker outside, they'll be drawn to any light in here and they'll start coming in. But very happy with what I got done today. Everything over here is staged for me to grab it from the other room and put it where it belongs. And then all of this will be empty. The only thing that will be left in here, the only things besides the faux tatami covering on the floor, are going to be the pieces of furniture, which actually this chest here and that belong together. This is turned on its side. It actually goes on top of this, and those drawers go inside. I just don't want to put it together right now because I want to clean it up first, get it all nice and clean, and put some Smell 'em Good inside there, some bug repellent and things like that, and then I'm going to use it to put my clothes and stuff in. But I got to do a lot of cleaning on it first. So the only thing left to really do in here besides clean that and get this pulled up for now is to go through these things right here. And then this room will be clean. So this is my future bedroom. I did buy some plastic. You can't see it, but right over here there's some basically kind of 4x8 style sheets of plastic, and I'm going to use those as temporary walls to go around some of this area. And they are translucent, so they let light in. You can't see through them, but they let light in, so it's very nice. I don't have to worry about not being able to get natural light from the outside. But let's close this shoji door there. All right, that is that. I need to get my keys to the van. I'm going to move this back in here. There we go. Get some air going in there. Ooh, it's definitely getting darker, right? It's definitely getting darker. Where's my remote? I can get some light in here. That'd be nice. There we go. My sleeping quarters. My wallet and keys are right over there. So much stuff. All I really need is my wallet and my keys. That's it. Okay, turn that off. My ring light up there. Get a hat. And we head out to the convenience store so I can use the toilet. I might grab a drink or a snack or something. I might. Let's turn this on. This pulls in air from the outside and pushes on the inside. I have more filters and I need to change them actually. Look how bad it is. It's even torn up here. I wonder if I should get some more while I'm out. I have to go to the hardware store. But I know that they're closing very, very soon. Later. Atode. Just don't feel like dealing with it right now. Close this. Alright. Let's get... I wonder if I can turn this around. You can see my pretty face. Yeah. Handsome, isn't it? This area back here, you can see next to the house. I've cleaned it all the way up to the edge of the house. It's all, you can see all the concrete and all the damage that was done to the house whenever the dirt and the soil was just right up against it. The water, the snow, and everything was just crammed right up against it. Ridiculous, nah. It looks like I have some mail. Turn the camera around, you can see that's the west. Sun is starting to set right over there. That's what I was talking about up here in the front of the house, where the Ngawa is, just throwing stuff out here, putting it on the Ngawa, and then coming around and grabbing it. And I can take it around the back and throw it away or burn it. Oh, I got 3 pieces of mail. I got something from Mizuho Bank. One of these days I'm going to go to Mizuho Bank with my lottery ticket and they're going to give me a lot of money. For show. Oh yeah, I need to change my Wi-Fi to my phone, otherwise we're going to lose the connection here, I think. Turn on my hotspot. Can I remember my hotspot password? Alright, let's see if I can change it. Hang on just a second. I'm going to need my glasses to change the Wi-Fi. Bear with me for a moment, please. Okay. Okay, I think I got it switched over. Should be good to go now. I'm using my phone's Wi-Fi. This is close to the end of the live stream, guys. I guess the fun/boring part is finished. Make sure this is down. I might have been blasting some of my tunes whenever I came home. I've been listening to a lot of these really cool... Oh, it's already off. Okay. I was listening to a lot of these cool songs that I made recently. I've got my phone on a stand, actually. I wonder if I can put it up here somewhere where it's not blocking my vision. Like this. Oh, goodness. That's actually not a bad spot, but I'm not sure it's going to stay up there. I'm kind of worried it's going to come off. Let's see how well that works. It's pretty good right there. But I can't guarantee how well it's going to stay up there. We'll see. If it slides off, I'll grab it. Just need to run down to the convenience store. Take advantage of their full service toilet. Wash up my hands and my arms a little bit. I'm going to take you guys the scenic route right quick. We're going to go around the back way. We're going to take a left right here. See this old building right to the left right there? That used to belong to my property. Still there somehow. But look how much this road has overgrown. Isn't it ridiculous? Nobody comes out here and cuts it because the land on both sides is kind of abandoned. Holy cow, this is so overgrown. Holy cow, it's just scraping the sides of my van. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. I'm going to go very slowly so you guys can get a good view. To my left right here is a house. This area is kept pretty nicely. People live there. Keep it nice and neat. To my left right here, you can't see it, but there's an overgrown area with an old small Kominka, very old and almost completely reclaimed by the land. It is completely covered in all sorts of stuff. Likely what mine would have become if I hadn't gotten there and started cutting grass and reclaiming it. I don't know if the recharger will work, but I'm going to try to plug it up and see if maybe... 1 second. I want to see if that will work to give it some power. Hopefully it'll help it out. Okay, now we can go again. Whoa. Okay, maybe that will work. All right. If you guys are really lucky, we'll see some deer. And there's a crow. Hello, fly. Good evening and all night long. Through this area right here, there are a ton of them. You gotta be real careful when you're driving through here. Right through this area, you can't see it, but to the right is a beautiful valley. It always looks gorgeous with the sunset. Whoever lives in that house right there, they get a beautiful sunset view. Every time the sun is, or the sky is clear, the sun is shining as it goes down, they get a beautiful, beautiful sunset view. The first time I ever saw a deer was right here to the left. It was actually in the afternoon. I was walking. It was roughly 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago or so. I was walking from Toyosaka to my Kominka. The funny thing about that was, that particular day I decided to order a plate that they made. It was deer, not sausage. It was like a deer hamburger steak. Really good. After I finished, I started walking out to my Kominka, and just halfway there, as I was walking along, I saw a deer. A big deer with a big buck with the antlers just standing on the side of the road looking at me. It was like he was saying, "I saw what you did." That was really funny. This traffic light right here is like a fork in the road. That red truck that just pulled up to the left, that road there is going through the center of Toyosaka town, and if you continue on that road, it goes to the right from where I'm at, and it heads towards Miyoshi. Miyoshi is further north. I've only been down that road like 3 times. I don't really have much of a reason to go out that way. 99% of the time I'm going to go through this way. Occasionally I'll go in the opposite direction because I go to Saratown. But these days I'm trying not to drive too much because it costs gas, and I can't afford it currently. So just don't go. Better to stay local or stay home if possible. Probably gonna have another red light down here. if I don't hurry up. But you can't drive too fast. The speed limit's only 40. This light right here just turned yellow. Giddy, giddy. Could have stopped back there at the Family Mart, but I think that the 7-Eleven down the road here is a little nicer, a little better. But especially during the wintertime. Anyone who stayed at my house during the wintertime knows what I'm talking about, because the 7-Eleven has like heated toilet seats and heated water. So it's much nicer than the Family Mart toilets. Plus, they have sinks in each bathroom, inside each bathroom. So if you want to go in there and brush your teeth, you can do that. If you go to Family Mart, they only have one sink right out there in front of everybody, so you can't really brush your teeth right there. All right. I kind of want to take you guys inside with me, but I need to use the toilet, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to get. I suppose we could go through the convenience store first if you want to take a look, and I'll decide on what I'm going to get, and after that I'll say goodbye, and then I'll use the toilet and head back to the house. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, I got plenty of time. It's not even 7 yet, and I really, just to be comfortable, I need to be back home about 20 minutes till 8, so that's no problem. Got plenty of time. So let's quietly go in and look around, shall we? How much battery do I have left? Battery is at 23%. That's probably enough to finish the live stream. Let's go inside. Roll down the windows a little bit. Kill this thing. Unplug the phone here. Actually, I'm gonna take it off the tripod. It'll look a little ridiculous for me to carry it around like that. Here we go. Oh, turn the camera around. Here we are. This gym here belongs to the middle school and high school, maybe. There's a right back behind there, up on the hill. There are like 2 schools, maybe 3. I know that there's like a middle school and high school, and then if you go further down towards Saijo, you take a left, and then Tom's Milk Farm is out there, and right close to that is another high school, but that's just a high school. I think that here they have maybe 2 schools together. They do that sometimes in Japan, where like the primary school and the middle school will be together, or the middle school and the high school, but I'm not sure which it is. I've never actually been out there. But this is a gymnasium, and you'll also often see the students and some adults coming out here, and they'll fill up the parking lot and they'll be in there doing some sports activities. But let's go in to the old Kombini, shall we? Little coffee machines. Oh, look at that. Butterfly got inside. Here's all the magazines. Look at that. Look at the butterfly. See that? Beautiful. Oh, this is the section that you guys are most interested in. ATM and copy machine as usual, but that's not what we're looking for. Some manga books. No, thank you. What's a good snack? Or maybe I don't even need a snack. Maybe just something to drink. I think I'd like to get one of these. This is a lemon drink with vitamins, vitamin C and stuff, but no sugar. That's nice. And this is like an orange style drink, also with like fiber and stuff, but no sugar. I'll get these. They also have Aquarius up here with no sugar. It's like a electrolyte replacement, but I have 2 big bottles of that at home, so I don't need to buy that. I'm not quite sure if I really need to get a snack or not. Normally I would get some nuts or something like that, but I have plenty of those at home. Michael brought me some, so I don't need to get anything like that. But you know what? Could use a banana. They don't have a pack, unfortunately, so I just get... I can get 2. Get 1 for later. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. Pay for this, and I'll say goodbye to you guys. Konnichiwa.
袋は大丈夫ですか？
はい、お願いします。
お支払い方法をお選びください。
$4.39. It's almost enough. Not quite enough. I need to add a little. Let's see. Whoop. Okay.
バーコードを従業員にご提示ください。レシートをお受け取りください。
ありがとうございました。
お取り忘れにご注意ください。
Okay. ありがとうございました。There we go. I decided to get a bag. I can use it. Some stuff like this for small trash. Once it gets full, it's easy to discard, you know? All right. Speaking of that, I still got my iced coffee from McDonald's. I need to go throw that away, along with this. Having the convenience stores makes it very easy to keep the van clean. I've got 3 plastic bags here. I've been keeping them because I want to use them for when I'm cleaning those rooms. It's easy to carry it with me, throw away small stuff, and when they get full, just toss it out. Easy peasy. Okay guys, I don't know if there's some more messages on here that I need to check, but I'll take a look right quick. Oh, hey Glenn. Glenn, I see that you left a message. Konbanwa. Konbanwa to you too, sir. Didn't see any other messages that I missed, so that's good. Okay, that's awesome. Looks like we're done for now. I'm gonna go use the toilet, get cleaned up a little bit. Go grab my banana, and not that banana. I'm gonna grab my bananas out there, my drink, head back to the house, and that'll be it for today. Thank you for joining me. Nothing very exciting. Just wanted you guys to get a little glimpse of what I'm having to do right now. Slowly but surely getting it done, and hopefully in the next couple of days I'll be able to get into that room and actually have my bed set up in there and be one step closer to pulling up the floors and getting the foundation work on, because it really needs to be done. But like I said, I appreciate your support. I appreciate your kind words, positive words, cash, anything that you want to send my way that's positive is useful, helpful, and appreciated. But that's it for now. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.